What's new in CloudBees CI 2.346.3.4? Are you new here? If you are, welcome. And if you are new here, you don't know who I am. My name is Darren Pope, and I'm a developer advocate for CloudBees. On August 10th, 2022, CloudBees CI 2.346.3.4 was released. In this video, we're going to take a look at some of the changes in this release. In case you're interested, on August 12th, I did a video with Mark Waite about what's new in Jenkins LTS 2.346.3. The link for that video is down in the description. If you've never taken a look at the release notes for CloudBees CI, let me show you how to do that. We're going to start at docs.cloudbees.com. We're going to go down to CloudBees CI, and on the left nav, click on Documentation, and then click on Release Notes. Near the top of this page is an important section. If you skip versions when you upgrade, you need to refer to the previous versions of the release notes to understand any of the changes that have happened from the version you're upgrading from to the version that you're upgrading to. As you scroll down, you'll see the release notes for 2.346.3.4, and you'll see that there's release notes for both traditional and for modern cloud platforms. Now for this release, there are no differences between the two versions, so we'll just focus on the traditional cloud platform section. Let's go ahead and click into the full release notes. And what you'll see is there were a couple of new features added in for this release. The first one is the ability to test an SSH connection for both shared agents and for static agents. So what that means is when you connect up a static agent to your controller, you now have the ability to check the credentials to make sure you can actually connect to that agent. Also, you have the ability to test for the shared agent. So what that means is when you're setting up the shared agent object on your operations center, you can test and make sure that the operations center is able to connect to that agent. However, if for some reason the controller cannot connect to that agent, there's no way to test that out on the operations center. For example, let's say you had a firewall that was set up between the operations center and the controllers, but the agent is set up on the operations center side of the firewall. Well, in this case, the controller would not be able to connect to the agent, even though the operations center could. So what does all this mean? Well, at least now you have the ability to check to see if it's even able to connect at all to begin with. And then if for some reason you're able to get a good connection on the operations center, but not on the controller, the first place that you'll want to look is that you want to make sure that your networking is open between the controller and the agent. Also in this release, there were new items added for validating the cask bundle. That's what these three items here are. You can see the data about the bundles either through the UI, through a REST endpoint, or through the CLI. There were also a number of feature enhancements that had to do with cask, or configuration as code. If we take a look down in resolved issues, there's one that I want to call out specifically. If you are using the user activity monitoring plugin, what happened with previous versions of that plugin is it would see the same username, in my case, Darren Pope, and Darren Pope, but it would treat it as separate users if the casing was different. Let's say the first one was camel case and the second one was all lowercase. That would have been counted as two users. From this point forward, the usernames are treated as case insensitive and will eliminate multiple counts. And let's go ahead and scroll down to the bottom. For the upgrade notes, this release is what we'll call the August 2022 release. In the September 2022 release, if you are running CloudBees CI traditionally, meaning you're installing it on a machine using a package manager, or you're just running the WAR file, from that point forward in September, you have to be running the CloudBees CI bits using Java 11. Now, when I say CloudBees CI bits, that means the operations center, the controllers, and also the agents. All three of those pieces will need to be running Java 11. If you have any questions about that, reach out to CloudBees support. One more thing before I finish up. I want to invite you to DevOps World. DevOps World is happening in Orlando, Florida, September 27th, 28th, and 29th. The price for the conference is $1,350, and it's taking place at the Orlando World Center Marriott. For more information about the conference, you can go to devopsworld.com, and we look forward to seeing you there. If you have any questions or comments, you can reach out to us on Twitter at CloudBees. If this video was helpful to you, give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to CloudBees TV yet, why not? Take a moment, click on that subscribe button, and then ring that bell, and you'll be notified anytime there's new content available on CloudBees TV. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.